Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Gumbo Talk Thursday. We're here to open your mind.
In a different lane.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Gumbo Talk Thursday with the ladies, and we are here to open your mind. I have Rachel here to my right. I have Cindy here to my left. And we have a chair for Terry. She'll be in the studio in a second. And there's Terry. We are live on Facebook Live this morning, and so if you check me out, I am actually makeupless, so just bear with me today. And we have some special guests in the studio with us today. We have Jamal Boulier, and we're trying to figure out if he is related to Paul. We're not quite sure yet, but
so
we're going to figure that out before the end of the show. And we also have Bernicia Ambo, and they are teen camp participants. Yes, that's the best way to put it. In Viet NORDC teen camp for the summer.
Correct.
And we have had two kids on. I shouldn't say kids. 2 teens on last week, and today is the last day of camp. Tomorrow's the last day of camp.
Tomorrow's the last day.
And so we wanted to just give some of the teens an opportunity to see, what the good life is all about. Mm-hmm. Come to WBOK and get an idea of what radio life is like, to see if maybe it's something they're interested in. I know Cindy had a program where they were interviewed, and so I wanted to you to be able to give the listeners a little bit information about exactly what Viet is and what you have going on with the students there. This is Hot Topics, and this is definitely a Hot Topics with everything that's been going on in our nation, our country, and especially our region. Paying attention to our youth and making sure that they get the attention and the love that they deserve is so vitally important. And you do it every day. You don't just talk the talk; you walk the walk at Viet. So thank you very much.
I try.
So tell us a little bit about what you do over there.
Really quick, Viet is a nonprofit organization that's been around for about 15 years. We've been doing teen camp for about 4 years. So this year, we partner with North Sea to host Teen Career Camp. And we have 75 amazing teens in our program. And what they have been going through for the past 6 weeks is basically parts of how to prepare themselves for the workforce, soft skill, readiness skills. We talked about interpersonal development, financial literacy, work habits, and interview skill training. We hosted a mock interview day where Rachel came out and helped interview, and several of my colleagues came out and helped provide a real-life interview experience for our teens. And that way, when they are ready for the workforce, and Jamal next year, he's going to be 16.
Jamal.
And so he's going to have to start looking for a real job, right?
Yes.
And a real job comes with an interview. And so we're hoping that through the interview process and through the training that has been conducted for the past 6 weeks, that they are better prepared for the workforce and be able to accept the different challenges as they get older. So I definitely want to give our Jamal and Phoenicia an opportunity to kind of share their experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we want you all to share your experiences, and you're going to be in the studio with us throughout the entire show. So you are more than welcome to jump in with your comments. You are our co-host today, so make sure that you do not be, shy. The good life is not shy. So Bernicia, give me examples of your experiences with Viet this summer.
Well, I've never actually had this kind of experience before, but it's a good, different experience. Mm-hmm. And we learned so many things about careers and what to do, for an interview. So, we've learned not to mess up and and to be on time. And
that's the most important thing you can do, is to be on time.
Be early.
Early, yes, absolutely.
That's why every morning I come early, ready to work and ready to serve breakfast.
Absolutely.
So, you got to work with a lot of different people, and you got to learn that there are some people that will not like you and some people that will love you. But the people who don't like you, it's just best to just smile and walk away from them.
Mm-hmm. Bernicia, you just dropped a lot of information, and from the mouths of babes, what we can learn from that conversation with what's going on in the world today. That is amazing. You just don't know what you said.
You have to not disrespect anyone, and you got to learn when too much is too much and enough is enough. So you just comply with the situation that you're in. You don't use violence to get through it. You got to learn to just smile and wave at them, wish them good luck, have a good day. That's it.
Keep it moving.
Well,
Yeah.
and also you don't use your mouth, right?
Yes.
You don't use physical, and you don't open up a big mouth, right?
You don't verbally
you act
abuse.
professionally, right? Exactly. Good job.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful. That was Vernisha Ambo. She is one of the teenagers in the Viet camp that Cindy is hosting with the NORDC this summer, and we also have Jamal Boulier. So Jamal, what have you been learning at Viet this summer?
I learned how to write a proper
It's okay. You can be nervous. It's all right. First time on there. I got the camera all in your face. We are streaming live on Facebook. So if you want to follow us, you can follow us at TGL Radio Show on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter.
Yeah, I learned how to write a proper resume. Yeah. 'Cause I never wrote a resume before. I tried to apply to another job before I came here.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked a mess. So when I came here, they actually taught me how to write a resume. Yeah.
So it's something that you learn that you can go out and be confident in next time you see it, because there's no shame in not knowing how to do so. Let me raise there's stuff I don't know how to do every day, but having opportunities like Viet to show you, so you are comfortable in those situations, just like coming on the radio. I remember the first time I came in this studio, I was so nervous. I was like, oh my God, please help me. Yes. Me, Cindy. I was nervous. Hard to believe, yes.
Yes, I
but
know.
and I know this is your first time, and I think you all are doing an excellent job for it to be your first time on air. I know that y'all were doing junior achievement and learning how to handle your money. So, what are you doing with your money? See, you're laughing at that. What you doing with your money?
I never spent none of it.
I like that answer, Jamal. I like
What
that
did you
answer,
do?
Jamal. What did you do, Bernicia?
I put a bunch of my money away. Every time I got a check, I would put $80 away or give it to my mother so that she could put it in a bank so I wouldn't end up spending it. But I really don't spend my money. I spend it on what I need, like clothes and, supplies for school and stuff. I don't really spend it on me. It's only been about one time that I've spent my money on me, and that was just to get
So
something
you're
to
a
eat.
saver.
Yes.
That's a great habit to have. Don't ever get rid of that. Don't ever get rid of that. And Jamal,
I'm just saving for when I
you
get
can spend a
older.
little bit on yourself. A little bit. Look.
But if
but
I spend a
let-
little bit, I'm going to spend
Right.
too much.
He said if I spend a little bit, I'm going to spend too much. That's smart to know, though. But knowing your own habits. And if you're one of those people who spends too much, just separating it and making it a little bit harder to reach is obviously a good idea.
Yeah, I had bought me a safe, and I put all my money in the
Good
safe.
for you.
Yeah, but, I ain't touching none of it yet. I'm just saving.
Yeah, because you never know. Rainy days come.
Yeah,
Rainy
I
days
see
come.
I'm saving for a car.
Hello. I like a man with a plan. This man is saving up for a car. And how old are you?
15.
15. Y'all. What are y'all teaching your 15-year-old? This 15-year-old is saving up for a car. Cindy, you are doing an amazing job with the kids at Viet. If someone wanted to support Viet, and the kids are going to be with us throughout the entire show, so feel more than welcome to jump in with conversation. I will probably throw a question at you throughout the entire show, so don't be nervous. Don't whatever. Just chime in. But Cindy, if somebody wanted to get involved with Viet and, help the teenage program, because this isn't just something you do one summer. You do this every summer.
Yeah, every summer we're very committed into it, and we're always looking to branch out with partnership because we know that there's all sorts of skills out there that we may not have in our office. So, I'm already planning for next year's team, but they could always reach me at 504-415-4905.
And you got to give that number 2 times. There are people who are trying to pick up their pin.
Yeah, so it's 504-415-4905. And we would love to partner with anyone that would love to serve our teens.
Miss Cindy, can I jump in?
Yeah, I love it. Yes, take charge.
So you got to realize that there are some people who care about us, but there are people who could care less about what we're doing. Like, there are some people who would just rather us just sit on our butt all day while they gonna make the money. No, it's for everyone to do. We work hard every day. We get in that classroom, we learn, and, we just achieve the highest goal. Like, it's not even about just working anymore. It's not about the money anymore. It's about us. It's about, because I've met so many good people throughout this whole program, and I can say that, I want to keep in touch with them when it's over.
And that's what the good life is all about. Thank you for all that you do. And we would love to, and I told Cindy this, we would love to, stay in touch with these teens and follow them throughout the year, and have them back on and maybe do like a little teen journalistic thing, maybe give them, something to go research and come back and interview them. Would that be cool with y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you won't be as nervous. You'll be a little bit more prepped on exactly what the topic is. But we'd love to stay in touch with you and
project.
with Viet. We have to keep in touch with our youth, and give them, hope and something to look forward to. Because that's what the good life is all about.
For sure.
So we are really excited to have one of our co-hosts back in today. She's back in the studio with us, Rachel Van Voorhees. She has been away last week, and, families go through sad times. So I want you to explain kind of what's been going on. We missed you, and we're glad you're back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you so much. Well, my mother-in-law died, and she really was more my mother than my mother-in-law. And people always talk about, they always have the jokes about the horrible nightmare mother-in-law, but Miss Kirschman was the absolute opposite of all that, and she was just the classiest woman ever, and she was always interested in what everybody else was doing, and she had this beautiful smile and great big laugh, and was always generous with her time with everybody. And so she we got a call in I guess was it May, Terry? I guess it was the beginning of May. Anyway, we flew out to California where she was at the time, and they told her she had lung cancer.
Wow.
And then within 2 months she had passed away. So we had spent most of the last 2 months with her, to spend all that time. And, one of the most remarkable things is in this day and age you don't often hear about somebody who has actually had a relationship with their great-grandchildren. So, of course, my husband is her son. She had 2 sons, and she had 5 grandchildren who all are adults now and adored her. I mean, just worship this woman. And she has 4 great-grandchildren. Wow. And they all knew her. That's like in this day and age, it wasn't just like an old lady. She was like totally vivacious, like completely. And so it's, it's very painful. It's very bittersweet. And the thing I actually must admit that I find most painful, and I found this to be true too when my parents died. My parents died at a young age, but even then I found it very painful. Is the first thing people say is, how old was she? And I just want to smack them up and down the head. I'm like, what difference does it make how old she was? Do you know what I mean? We're all grieving because we adored this woman who lost. I would wish she had lived another 10 or 20 years. You know what I mean? So it reminded me to not ever say that to somebody, because you don't know what to say when somebody dies. Oh, how old was she?
Right.
And I'm like, what difference does it make? It's none of your business. You know what I mean? It's just, say I'm so sorry for your loss, not how old was she. So she lived to be 87. If she had lived another month, she would have been 88.
Wow.
And she enjoyed life completely till these last 2 months, and she will be sorely missed by everyone. And all 3 of my friends here on the show all came out last night. We had a reception. She wanted for such an outgoing woman. She was totally. Terry really knew her. I mean, she's such an outgoing gal. She wanted a completely private funeral graveside, which is what we did. And but we had a reception for friends and family and people to come by and have a drink with us or just visit last night. And of course, you all were there, which was beautiful. And so it was just a special thing. But I still go to pick up that phone every day to call her. And I almost picked up the phone just to hear her answering machine the other day because I really miss her.
Well, we would like to, everyone to just say a prayer for the Kirschman family. Obviously, the family is near and dear to our hearts. So many of us, hear the Kirschmans, but, they have a loss in the family. So please, prayers up. And this is A Good Life. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Carter Business Development delivers. For businesses to compete, they must have access. Let CBD be your bridge for business development services, radio advertising, social media marketing, brand ambassador, outreach, and access. Contact Carter Business Development at 504-400-7127 or email Eileen@tglradioshow.com. Carter Business Development creates unfolding opportunities. CBD connects the dots from where you are to where you want to be. Join the good life now with Carter Business Development, 504-400-7127. 504-400-7127. As quoted, a man who stops advertising to save money is like a man who stops a clock to save time. Let CBD save you time and give you access. Call 504-400-7127. 504-400-7127. Take the steps required for access so you can live the good life too with Carter Business Development. That's 504-400-7127.
Hi, I'm Henry Jolly, your relationship expert and nationally certified counselor. Everyone at some point in their life goes through struggles. I'm a firm believer that people have the ability to will themselves into good situations, but sometimes they may need some assistance. Being a loving husband, father, and successful businessman while having a passion for the counseling profession has allowed me to gain experience with a variety of these struggles. Let's work together to achieve your individual, family, or marital potential. Come and see me at the New Orleans Growth Center, located at 3712 MacArthur Boulevard on the West Bank in Suite 209. You can reach me at 504-259-8671 or by email, which is henry.jolly@yahoo.com. Thanks for your time, and I'm looking forward to working with you soon.
Are you satisfied with your current financial position? My name is Kenneth Barnes, President and CEO of KB Enterprises, where we specialize in putting together step-by-step financial action steps for your plan for today and for tomorrow. Whether you're 50 to 85 and need assistance with your final expenses, we have coverage options for every situation. Let us put life back into your finances. Call us today at 504-914-1202. That's 504-914-1202.
Small businesses play an important role in society, and L&R Security is no different. L&R Security delivers safety and comfort to our neighborhoods, events, apartment communities, conventions, work sites, festivals, and your business. L&R Security can be reached at 504-943-3191 to ensure the safety of your employees, customers, family, friends, and you. L&R Security has made its mark in the security arena for over 37 years and will faithfully continue that tradition. Call today for your personalized consultation to ensure your security needs are met. L&R Security differentiates itself by creating partnerships with our clients and guards. We are now hiring armed and unarmed guard professionals, retired military, sheriffs, and PD to grow with us and impact our community. Be a part of the change with L&R Security. Call us now at 504-943-3191. 504-943-3191.
When I got hit in a car accident, the insurance company tried to give me less than I knew I deserved. I called Maurice Reed Jr. He got me $150,000.
I'm Maurice Reed Jr. If you got hit in a car accident, call me, 488-HELP.
Hello, I'm R.C. Blakes Jr.
And I'm Lisa Blakes.
And we want to welcome you to the 2016 Swim Conference, Sisters Winning in Ministry. Check out who's going to be with us.
Ladies, join us at Swim Conference with Prophetess Shamik Johnson Broomfield of the Embassy Life Institute, Dr. Christian Fellowship Worship Center, Life Coach Rul Ta Kim, Pastor Sam Blakes of the New Home Ministries, and the Money Coach Dr. G of Living in Victory.
This year is the year of activation for women in ministry.
Yes, it is.
And I want you to register for this conference. Meet us right here in the city of New Orleans. God is going to do a new thing in you. What's growing in you? What gift has God given you? What ministry is developing in you? We want to activate it.
Register for Swim Conference 2016. Join us July 20th through the 23rd, 2016 in the great city of New Orleans. Go to swimconference.org and register today.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Gumbo Talk Thursday, and we're here to open your mind.
different lane.
I just want to remind you that the Good Life Radio Show is brought to you by the Swim Conference. That is Sisters Winning in Ministry. It is a conference July 20th through 23rd. That is next week, y'all. There are a couple days left to register. There are a couple slots left. So if you want to be in the house, make sure you go to swimconference.org. Sisters Winning in Ministry is a conference designed to build the understanding and confidence of women to do the work of ministry. For a few days, Bishop R.C. Blakes Jr. will pour into the hearts of females, pastors, prophets, evangelists, and everyday sisters who are just trying to figure it out. So open your mind to living differently in the world. Make sure you go to swimconference.org. Make sure you pay attention during the commercial breaks because there will be more information on exactly how to do that. That is swimconference.org. It is next week, the 20th through the 23rd. Open your mind and make sure you are there. And it's funny that we are sponsored by the Swim Conference because I have one of my friends from high school. She was actually my big sister class at Ursuline. Her name is April Bivens. And talking about opening people's mind to living differently in the world, she wrote a book. And she is doing just that with ladies. The book is called An Old-Fashioned Girl's Adventures in the Modern World of Dating. It is by April E. Bivens, and if you go on any of our social media sites at TGL Radio Show, Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, you can find that book. April, welcome to the show. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Eileen. I am wonderful. Thank you so much for having me this morning, and thank you to WBOK and to all your listeners who are tuning in.
I am so excited to have you here. We've been going back and forth on, talking to each other, and I got a chance to go through your book. I was cracking up laughing. So many of the stories really touch people's hearts because, you can see yourselves in some of these stories or in some of these situations. What made you write this book?
Well, actually, Eileen, it's sort of a funny story because I never had any intentions of writing a book, never had set a goal that by 2016 I was going to author my first book. Mm-hmm. But in 2014, after a couple of restless nights of not sleeping, I woke up in the middle of the night and I got a calling from none other than my Heavenly Father to pen my experiences on paper. And I took that leap of faith, I took the calling, and 2 years later, here we are today discussing my book.
Isn't that funny? And we were just talking about being up in the morning with Rachel, being up in the morning at 3 o'clock on a regular. Y'all, if y'all are up in the morning at 3, 4 o'clock on a regular,
you can call
that
us.
means somebody's trying to talk to you to tell you to do something.
Yes.
And just like you said, it's the Lord telling you to write your book. So we go through you go through so many different relationships. And in the end, what I really loved about the book was towards the end, you kind of gave insight into each one and what your takeaways were. Can you give us some of your takeaways with some of the relationships that you went through?
Yes. So the chapter you're referring is titled Lessons Learned. And, I've had conversations with so many men and women about relationships that have gone sour. And in that moment when that relationship ends, we're all upset and our feelings are involved. But every single one of the relationships that I detailed in the book, I learned something from them. The book does start in 2003. I was much younger then. I was in my late 20s. And it ends in early 2016. So from each one of those experiences, they were very memorable, and they taught me a lot. And not trying to give away too much from the book.
Right.
But there are definitely a lot of red flags that we see as men and women that we tend to ignore. And so it's very important that you pay attention to those red flags. And for me, I think the overriding lesson in the book is that, listen, I love love, okay? I eventually want to be married and have a man that I can grow with and have monogamy with. And so in a lot of the stories, you'll see that I was, I think, too quick to jump in, too quick to be in love. And so I've learned now that I'm 41 that you just have to take your time and just be patient.
Be patient.
She's right. She's really right.
Absolutely. And we know in April they make fun of me because they're all married and I'm divorced and currently dating. I'm in a relationship now, but they've seen me through my processes and look, why are y'all laughing at that?
Yeah, we yell at her before we go on the air.
So we totally understand where you're coming from, and you're not just coming from being a single woman dating. You're also a single mom dating. So there's another aspect to that as well, correct?
Yes, definitely. In the first chapter, Boy Meets Girl, that chapter basically goes through the relationship with my son's father, who I met in 2003. And so that relationship ended in 2009. So my son was almost 3 when that relationship ended. Mm-hmm. So it's not easy, but as I tell people, you have to get out there. You have to make sure you're smiling on a regular basis. You just have to do things to keep dating, be positive. Don't let the negative experiences hold you back on what's possibly out there for you.
Would you say that, some of the pitfalls, I think, women in general, I won't say women in general, I say people in general fall into is, carrying the emotions or the emotional scars from the past relationship into their new relationship. Would that be something that you found, and is that something that you turned around through dating? Because your book is dating from the 20s to your 40s, which, there's we think it's different dating, but have you found that it's really the same or not?
I would say for me as an individual, I've grown. I don't think I've really carried any excess baggage from previous relationships because I'm so eager to eventually find that person. But I would say that, just getting out of a relationship and jumping into something, I think that's something that we all need to take. We need a little time once we end one relationship. And there's a gentleman in the book that I feature that, he had a year off of dating. And we started dating, but unfortunately, he still wasn't ready. So I think that baggage, it really depends on the individual.
And it's funny that you say that, April, because, I'm going to give my own little testimony because I know April from, high school. When I was reading that section when you were saying, he's been divorced for a year, and this is just, Eileen's 2 cents. I've been divorced.
Yeah, let's hear.
You're not ready after a year. If you meet somebody who's divorced and is jumping back into a relationship, just know that that's not the relationship that's going to be long term. That's just my 2 cents.
In Louisiana, you wouldn't even really be divorced probably completely. My favorite thing is, we're separated, we're getting a divorce. Like, don't go out with them.
Right.
Not me. That was my deal.
Honestly, I say
it's like
2 to 3
being a little
years.
Pregnant. You know what I mean? You're either pregnant or you're not. You're either married or you're not.
This is just my 2 cents. 2 to 3 years. If you want to be the one in that type of relationship. Now, if you want to just date because you're dating, a year, do your thing. But 2 to 3 years. That's just my personal 2 cents on the matter. Is there with the book, I know you were talking about red flags. Is there one red flag that sticks out to you that you're like, if y'all see this, pay attention?
Yes.
She's like, yes.
So here's an interesting one. Yes, let's go with this one. If your first date, you're out, the guy invites you out, and the first date is held at a restaurant and you're sitting at a bar, that is definitely a red flag for me. Let me tell you, there are so many distractions going on at a bar. And if he has you at that bar talking and you're laughing and drinking, his attention and your attention is not 100% focused on him. You need to be sitting down in a quiet atmosphere in order to learn each other and to cultivate a possible relationship. So if he has you at the bar, take heed.
If he has you at the bar, take heed. Well, we have 2 teen co-hosts today, and I know Miss Bernicia Ambo has a question for you.
Yes. Arthur to Arthur, I love writing, and I would like to run an idea by you to see what you think about it. Is that all right?
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
I would like to run an idea by you to see what you think about it. Is that all right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so I want to write this book, and it's more of like a fiction book than anything that would happen in real life, but, it's about a scientist/doctor, and he has this hypothesis that humans and, multi-humans are not the same. And multi-humans are supernatural beings or humans with abilities that the normal human would not have. So he has a group of teenagers, and he locks them in this building to see if they can survive, for a year unharmed.
Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you in touch with April, and y'all can have the book conversation separately. But do you have a relationship question for her? I'm going to put you in touch with her and give you her number so y'all can talk author to author. Do you have a relationship question for her today?
Yes. If you have a boyfriend and
teenage problems, April, teenage problems,
and you use his phone to call someone, but you accidentally look through his messages.
Accidentally on purpose, yeah.
And you see hearts by a girl's name, and then you check the messages, and the messages are about how he loves her or how he's going to meet her somewhere. What do you think that means?
Lose him.
Okay. So number one, you said accidentally, and I'm hoping that you're telling the truth. And I touch on this in my book. I have never been one to want to check the person's phone, social media when I'm in a relationship with them, because I'm a firm believer that God will bring everything to light in the right timing for you. So hopefully, you're not checking that email, but I would say that, that's probably a red flag right there. And if you want to address it, I would address it. Or you could just end things with the gentleman and say, you know what, I think we're going in two different directions if you don't want to disclose that you saw that information in his phone.
April's being nice. Run.
Yeah, we say get the hell out of there.
April's being nice. Run. Go ahead, Terry.
Because anytime someone has a picture of someone or by their name, they've got hearts, that's a relationship, and you're secondary. Okay, because you have to look at the fact that the hearts mean that they're number one. And if he's got hearts in a bunch of places, definitely run. With different people. And when you talked about April, situations being different from dating when you're in your 20s and your 40s, yes, it is different. Because in your 20s, you've got someone that you're dating that doesn't have possibly a whole lot of baggage. The older you get, the baggage, I don't mean it bad baggage in a lot of ways, but you have more relationships, but you have other opportunities.
You have a longer past.
You have a longer past. You have other situations that take place that come into the relationship. It changes the dating scene for you, because when in your 20s you may not have to get a sitter, or he may not have to have gotten to get a sitter. In your 40s,
she talks about that in the book.
Yeah. You get a sitter. Things have changed. Look, back in my 20s, we didn't have all this social stuff to look at, a phone to look into to see if it was the old-fashioned way. The girl had to leave a message on your voicemail in order to find out something.
Yeah, okay. It's very old days.
I know that's one thing April says. She says, pick up the phone, guys. Stop texting. Yeah. She says, pick up the phone.
I think, and I want to say that to say this. I think that this new age of, the texting being the way you communicate is wrong. Yeah. If you don't care enough about me to talk to me person to person, whether it's in face or on a phone, then don't text me. I think that texting is something you do because you're in a meeting and I can't get to you.
Correct.
But when in a relationship, the texting goes away. It should be personal enough, if he cared enough, it should be personal enough for him to want to talk to you on the phone. Or even, I would take, FaceTime me. But to text me, no. That's not dating. That's not dating at all.
And I talk about that in the book. I've had experiences where I've met men, and the next day they're texting me, and the following day they're texting me. And I'm old-fashioned in regards to that. I just want you to pick up the phone after you meet a lady, fellas, and say hello. Show her your real interest, because texting is so impersonal to me. So we do talk about that in the book.
And one of the things that you highlight, April, which I love, is you're about old-fashioned woman. And, that there are certain things that, that bad whatever, I'm not going to say it, but that they think is cool. That's not cool. Having, morals and characters and, chivalry, we like that. Go back to that. And I love that, the title of your book, An Old-Fashioned Girl's Adventures in the Modern World of Dating. That old-fashioned doesn't go out of style. Please let's bring that back. I know, Rachel, you had a question.
Well, I was going to just say one thing, and that is you should be able to trust your gut instinct. And I think we as women, we actually have a gut instinct, and we kind of know what we should do, and then a lot of times we don't listen to it. And I think it gets people, in hindsight they say, I should have listened to it. How many times have you heard your friends say that, So I say trust your instincts. But we thought it was pretty interesting that in the back of the book where it said, all the men I dated in this book lacked one or more of these traits. And the two traits that came up every time were loyalty and consistency.
Yes.
And we thought that was very, very interesting. So we had some questions for you. How did you feel that you would now know if a man was loyal, and how would you decide that they were consistent?
Oh, right. So consistency begins when you first meet that individual, when they start contacting you and calling you and doing certain things, and they're consistent with the things that they're doing. And in one of the chapters, there was a gentleman I was dating, and for 4 months he was extremely consistent. And then one day, he changed that consistency, and a red flag popped, and he talked about that gut feeling and intuition, and I said, something is not right. And I telephoned one of my girlfriends, oh, no, you're over-exaggerating, just calm down, he has a lot going on. And come to find out a week later, something had changed. And so you really need to pay attention to the individual's actions that you're dating. Mm-hmm. That's so important.
Mm-hmm. Actions speak louder than words.
And how do you feel about online dating?
Online dating, yes, I tried it. I say that everyone should give it a try if you're single. Of course, if you have not tried it. I tried it. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for me, but I do know of some very successful stories.
Right.
So I would definitely encourage individuals to try online dating.
Do you know that statistically over 50% of all people who married have met online now?
Yes, I've heard those
over
numbers.
50% have met online. Oh, no, I have to meet somebody through somebody. I need a recommendation.
Now, let's talk about those recommendations.
Right.
I need to be careful. I don't want to say too much.
Because that was your last one, huh?
Pick up the book. But you can have a recommendation on someone, and hopefully it goes lovely. But then again, there is an opportunity for that not to work out. So that's why I say you definitely need to try all avenues when it comes to dating. And, I feel like right now this conversation is going and sort of geared a little bit towards the women, but I definitely want to say that this is a book that men can definitely read and definitely gain a lot of valuable information and insight on what I went through and what a lot of women can relate to, and just give you some insight on what happens to us when we're in relationships, when those relationships end, or what are our expectations. And I've gotten great feedback from a number of men who have read the book and said, I was that character. I could identify with him 5-6 years ago. Mm-hmm. Or I am that character now, and I see some of my flaws. And I'm glad you brought that to my attention. So I would say that this book is definitely for men and women.
Absolutely. For guys, you ever want to be a fly on the wall for with what the ladies talk about? This is the book for you. It is An Old-Fashioned Girl's Adventures in the Modern World of Dating. It is written by April E. Bivens. April, how can they follow you and how can they order your book?
Yes. So you can order the book from Amazon. Just enter in the search field April, initial E, and my last name, Bivens, or the title of the book. You can follow me on Instagram at ABVTHE, ABTHE _writer, WRITER. And you can also follow me on Facebook at author April E. Bivens, Bivens. And also I will actually be in New Orleans on Saturday, July 16th, for a book signing from 7 to 9 p.m. at Second Vine Wine, 1027 Turo Street.
That
so
is this Saturday. We're going to repeat that one more time. That is this Saturday at Second Vine Wine. April will be in New Orleans from the ATL. She is coming home, An Old-Fashioned Girl's Adventures in the Modern World of Dating. She will be having a book signing at Second Vine Wine. And what time again, April?
From 7 to 9 p.m. 7 to 9 p.m.
7 to 9 p.m. Second Vine Wine. And if y'all don't know April, y'all better come see her. She's single. She's gorgeous. I know her.
She is gorgeous.
Isn't she? Y'all go around and go too. She is
April,
absolutely gorgeous.
I would suggest at this book signing that, the women that need to know, how to bring those values back should be there because it's all in your book. And the women that may want to seek the right guy could show up at it. Because I think that we need to put the word out there that, you know what, ladies, gentlemen, if you're looking for the right sort of lady with the old-fashioned values,
yes,
come to Second Vine, 7 o'clock. Yeah,
7 o'clock
April
Saturday.
Be there. And not only will you meet this gorgeous woman that's an entrepreneur and an author of a great book, you have an opportunity to meet those folks that are looking for that type of person.
Absolutely. And if you read the book, after 4 months she'll cook for you. So open your mind. Thank you, April, so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
We will be right back. We are going to be having an event. WBOK is going to be hosting it on Friday. So to keep the peace. So make sure you stay tuned. We're going to be talking about that when we get back. It's Good Life, y'all.
Hello, I'm R.C. Blakes Jr.
And I'm Lisa Blakes.
And we want to welcome you to the 2016 Swim Conference, Sisters Winning in Ministry. Check out who's going to be with us.
Ladies, join us at Swim Conference with Prophetess Shamik Johnson Broomfield of the Embassy Life Institute, Dr. Christian Fellowship Worship Center, Life Coach Rule Talk Kim, Pastor Sam Blakes of the New Home Ministries, and the Money Coach Dr. G of Living and Victory.
This year is the year of activation for women in ministry.
Yes, it is.
And I want you to register for this conference. Meet us right here in the city of New Orleans. God is going to do a new thing in you. What's growing in you? What gift has God given you? What ministry is developing in you? We want to activate it.
Register for Swim Conference 2016.
Join us July 20th through the 23rd, 2016 in the great city of New Orleans. Go to swimconference.org and register today.
Carter Business Development delivers. For businesses to compete, they must have access. Let CBD be your bridge for business development services, radio advertising, social media marketing, brand ambassador, outreach, and access. Contact Carter Business Development at 504-400-7127 or email Eileen at tglradioshow.com. Carter Business Development creates unfolding opportunities. CBD connects the dots from where you are to where you want to be. Join the good life now with Carter Business Development, 504-400-7127, 504-400-7127. As quoted, a man who stops advertising to save money is like a man who stops a clock to save time. Let CBD save you time and give you access. Call 504-400-7127, 504-400-7127. Take the steps required for access so you can live the good life too with Carter Business Development. That's 504-400-7127.
Hi, I'm Henry Jolly, your relationship expert and nationally certified counselor. Everyone at some point in their life goes through struggles. I'm a firm believer that people have the ability to will themselves into good situations, but sometimes they may need some assistance. Being a loving husband, father, and successful businessman while having a passion for the counseling profession has allowed me to gain experience with a variety of these struggles. Let's work together to achieve your individual, family, or marital potential. Come and see me at the New Orleans Growth Center, located at 3712 MacArthur Boulevard on the West Bank in Suite 209. You can reach me at 504-259-8671 or by email, which is henry.jolly@yahoo.com. Thanks for your time, and I'm looking forward to working with you soon.
Are you satisfied with your current financial position? My name is Kenneth Barnes, President and CEO of KB Enterprises, where we specialize in putting together step-by-step financial action steps for your plan for today and for tomorrow. Whether you're 50 to 85 and need assistance with your final expenses, we have coverage options for every situation. Let us put life back into your finances. Call us today at 504-914-1202. That's 504-914-1202.
Small businesses play an important role in society, and L&R Security is no different. L&R Security delivers safety and comfort to our neighborhoods, events, apartment communities, conventions, work sites, festivals, and your business. L&R Security can be reached at 504-943-3191 to ensure the safety of your employees, customers, family, friends, and you. L&R Security has made its mark in the security arena for over 37 years and will faithfully continue that tradition. Call today for your personalized consultation to ensure your security needs are met. L&R Security differentiates itself by creating partnerships with our clients and guards. We are now hiring armed and unarmed guard professionals, retired military, sheriffs, and PD to grow with us and impact our community. Be a part of the change with L&R Security. Call us now at 504-943-3191. 504-943-3191.
hit in a car accident, the insurance company tried to give me less than I knew I deserved. I called Maurice Reed Jr. He got me $150,000.
I'm Maurice Reed Jr. If you got hit in a car accident, call me, 488-HELP.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Gumbo Talk Thursday, and we're here to open your mind. We are back with Gumbo Talk Thursday, and we are here with the ladies, Terry, Rachel, and Cindy, and we have two special guests today, Jamal Boulier and Bernicia Ambo from the Viet Teen Camp with NORDC. There is an event tomorrow that I want to make sure everybody goes out to. It is Finding Power Through Peace, and WBOK is one of the hosts of the events. It is honoring lives lost to police brutality. It is tomorrow, Friday, July 15th. It starts at 6:30. It is at the People's Health New Orleans Jazz Market on Oretha Castle Haley Boulevard, so make sure you are there. The ESPYs were last night, and we had 4 of our most prominent athletes stand up and give a speech, and I want you to hear it. They were Carmel Anthony, Chris Paul, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron James. So we're going to intro this segment with that speech, and we'll come back and talk about peace in our community.
Good evening. Tonight is a celebration of sports, celebrating our accomplishments and our victories. But in this moment of celebration, we actually start the show tonight this way. The 4 of us talking to our fellow athletes with the country watching, because we cannot ignore the realities of the current state of America. The events of the past week have put a spotlight on the injustice, distrust, and anger that plague so many of us. The system is broken. The problems are not new. The violence is not new. And the racial divide definitely is not new. But the urgency to create change is at an all-time high.
We stand here tonight accepting our role in uniting communities to be the change we need to see. We stand before you as fathers, sons, husbands, brothers, uncles, and in my case, as an African-American man and the nephew of a police officer who was one of the hundreds of thousands of great officers serving this country. But Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Tamir Rice, Eric Gardner, Laquan McDonald, Alton Sterling, Philando Castile. This is also our reality. Generations ago, legends like Jesse Owens, Jackie Robinson, Muhammad Ali, John Carlos, and Tommy Smith, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Jim Brown, Billie Jean King, Arthur Ashe, and countless others. They set a model for what athletes should stand for. So we choose to follow in their footsteps.
The racial profiling has to stop. The shoot-to-kill mentality has to stop. Not seeing the value of black and brown bodies has to stop. But also the retaliation has to stop. The endless gun violence in places like Chicago, Dallas, not to mention Orlando, it has to stop. Enough. Enough is enough. Now, as athletes, it's on us to challenge each other to do even more than what we already do in our own communities. And the conversation cannot stop as our schedules get busy again. It won't always be convenient. It won't. It won't always be comfortable. But it is necessary.
We all feel helpless and frustrated by the violence. We do. But that's not acceptable. It's time to look in the mirror and ask ourselves, what are we doing to create change? It's not about being a role model. It's not about our responsibilities for the tradition of activism. I know tonight we'll honor Muhammad Ali, the GOAT. But to do his legacy any justice, let's use this moment as a call to action for all professional athletes to educate ourselves. Explore these issues. Speak up. Use our influence. And renounce all violence. And most importantly, go back to our communities. Invest our time, our resources, help rebuild them, help strengthen them, help change them. We all have to do better. Thank you.
We all have to do better. And WOK has stepped up, and they are one of the sponsors tomorrow night of an event, Finding Power Through Peace, a vigil honoring lives lost and community collaborative for change. It is reflection, conversation, and collaboration. So Finding Power Through Peace is a peaceful vigil. Make sure you come out tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m., at Oritha Castle Haley Boulevard, the People's Health Jazz Market. We have two young students here. We have Jamal Boulier and Bernicia Ambo. And Jamal, as a young black male, seeing everything that's going on in the nation, what are your thoughts on it? I mean, I can't imagine being in your position.
I mean, I don't like it because technically we all together. We supposed to be together. We might be different shades and stuff like that, but we supposed to be one family and stuff like that. And I don't justify what the police is doing is right, because it's not. But what we doing is not right neither. We responding with more violence, and that ain't gonna solve nothing. They just gonna throw that back over or whatever to add to why they did it or why they scared, why they shoot us and stuff like that. I mean, they always marching and stuff. Martin Luther King, all them used to march and stuff. We'll be doing it, they doing the same thing, nothing changing though. And we need to take control. Like, marching, using words is powerful, helps a little, but we actually need to take control. I'm not saying go back and shoot them or nothing like that. Just saying we have to do something better than retaliating and stuff.
Just like this event, find a peaceful solution, coming together and first having the conversation. Because how are we going to change anything unless we talk to each other, right?
Yeah.
You coming on here as a 15-year-old young black man having the conversation of, a peaceful solution is a huge step in the right direction. So many times they like to label our young black men as angry. I don't see Jamal as angry. His smile lights up this entire room. I know y'all can't see him, but his smile lights up this entire room. This is a young man who's saving up for a car at 15. He's being responsible. He's taking his time and putting it into things that are going to further him in the world and make him a better person in the community. So how are we pouring into our children? What are we doing? What peaceful solutions are we reaching out? What can we do as one person? We first need to start with self-reflection. And I know all the ladies in this, and that's part of the reason why you all here with me every day, because I like to be surrounded with people who are smarter than me. And each one of you ladies are, and you do so much for the community in each of your individual ways. And Cindy, with the kids that you have brought on here, it just shows how much Viet pours into our children and everything that you do. And I know that you are one person doing it, but what if we all had another Cindy, if we all had another Terry, if we all had another Rachel, what could we do to open people's minds to living differently in the world? Bernicia, did you have any thoughts on what's going on, in the world today? How do you feel about it?
To be honest, how I feel about it is that everyone is scared. People are shooting each other because they don't know what they're going to do. The police shoot us because they think we are going to hurt them, and we shoot them because we think they're evil or they just want to kill us and harm us. But I don't see it as that. I just see, when I see that stuff on the news, I see scared people. Some people are not right in their head. Some people are just confused about what to do. And from full potential, I understand that. But, don't pick up a weapon and don't kill each other.
Powerful words from our teens.
From the mouth of a babe.
From the mouths of babes.
You know, it's time for us to listen up, and I think that perhaps police officers need to, you know, take more of an active role perhaps in the community so they're no longer as afraid of people of a certain skin color. Perhaps that would remove some of the fear that they have with them. Get to know us before you judge us.
Absolutely. And that's what tomorrow night is all about, finding power through peace. It is a vigil honoring lives lost and community collaborative for change, but it is a place where our authority, our police officers, and our community to come together to talk. So make sure you meet us tomorrow night, 6:30 at People's Health Jazz Market on Oritha Castle Haley Boulevard. Be the change, y'all. It's a good life, and we're out.